my dear friends. Namaste, I'm Kavita, and today we have very special guest from US, Anil ji. So let's discuss with him his life, how he started meditation. Anil sir, welcome.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. It's a pleasure to be here.
How are you doing here?
I'm doing awesome. Awesome.
So when did you start your meditation journey? How all this begins in your life?
Before I say my experience, I wanted to take a pause to express the gratitude to entire PMC. PMC is the one thing that I connected in the last 14 months. My spiritual journey fast forwarded multifold. I wanted to express my gratitude to Patriji, Swarnamala Master, Vamshikaran Master, and entire PMC network. Everyone, all the work that you do make a difference. I did notice it 16 months back when I entered into the PMC day one, and I wanted to express my gratitude on this platform. Thank
So
you.
much.
Everything that you do matters. It changes the people. It changes the lives of the people and their families. I'm the one of that person.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much for your great support. And because of you and so many masters, we all are working together. It's not that we are different and you are doing differently. Yeah, definitely you are doing on different platform, but we are doing for one single cause.
Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely. Well said. Well said. All right. Switching the gears to the specific to your question, I started my meditation way back in 2012. I introduced it to the meditation, and then I was very, very intense. My day starts at 3:30 a.m. Yes, I'm the early riser. I used to be, and now on, so the same. And from 3:30 to 6, it's an intense three hours. 3.5, 2.5 hours. That's the rhythm of my day. And I did very intensely for 5 years. I started seeing the benefits of the meditation
Wow.
and day in, day out. So that was my peak into experimenting the meditation into the life. But obviously, right, I'm riding two boats. One on the physical world, other one is on the spiritual or inner self, exploring the inner self. So at 2017, I focused more on the physical world, and I dropped all that intense meditation. So I picked it up back in 2022, and then this time it's the PMC.
Oh, wow.
Sometime in May, first week of 2022, that was the day one of PMC for me. For me, PMC helped me in a way fast forward multifold of my journey. Maybe because all the foundation I had was conducive, and then PMC is where it helped me to run, to experience much faster.
That's great. That's great. So, could you please share your experiences after starting through PMC and how it fast forwarded, as you said?
Yeah, I think when it comes to the experiences, right, I can talk about maybe 15 minutes, but yeah, let's give maybe 10 minutes. I'm going to highlight some of those things.
Please.
Within the PMC, right, in the past, we know conceptually, I'm not body, I'm not mind, I'm a soul. That's the conceptual thing. But within the PMC, I see the soul of myself. One day I happen to be sleeping because in US, right, I live in US. After the work, we start our spiritual activities. At 7:30, kids meditation, then adult meditation, then counselings, then consultation. So I have to stretch myself until 12. So I take a nap around 5:30 to 6 p.m. So one day I happened to be taking a nap, and then I was in a aware state. My soul come out of me, and first time when it happens, my heart is beating. Oh, who is this? All those things. Then I realized it experientially, who I am at that point in time. When the soul is out, I wanted to say something, I wanted to move my body. Nothing is going to happen. Once it comes and then joins, then everything, this body started animating it. I able to move it. So that's the fundamental experience that changed the way how I view the world. So I think whoever is listening to that, we need to start somewhere. We need to believe to try it out. So in my case, I believed it. That sentence, I'm not a body, I'm not a mind, but I'm a divine soul. Then experientially, that I experienced it. So that's a game changer, one of the number one experience in my life. And the number two, I saw many movies, right? They talk about sixth sense, all that. Before to the PMC, I do not experienced it. It's not like those doesn't exist, but I do not have that energy levels, the frequency to observe those, to notice all those things. With the PMC, again, I'm trying to provide before to PMC, after PMC,
Yes.
where I started experiencing many things. For example, if before I do anything, I ask for universe, give me a signal, and I started seeing many signals. Some of those signals are very relevant when I ask, is this the right thing to do? Whatever that question I have, I get the signals like light started flickering, or maybe my ear is started ringing, and then the kids are playing outside, they say yes. And then these are, in the past, I thought all these are coincidences. No more. These are the pitch perfect way the universe is communicating to me. I experimented it, and then I have 100% experiential knowledge on that. So whoever is listening, again, pay attention to your surroundings. When you need an answer, when you need a direction, universe or your spiritual guides are there to help each and every one of us. That's number two of my experience. And the number three, I just wanted to continue and then take a
Yes,
pause.
please.
Each one of us has unique gifts. They bring along with them when they're born. They bring these gifts. I don't know what my gift is. Before to this meditation and all, I am not a talkative person. It is very easy for me, to skip those conversations. But now I realized my gift. I can able to talk at length and with ease. People, even some of my friends ask, are you the same person? Because you avoid those conversations, but now you are talking in length in the conferences. So for me, I realized it. What are my gifts? What is my purpose of life? How do I share my gifts? And then one thing I wanted to communicate here, if you have gifts, you have to share with the universe. If not, you know what's going to happen? The gifts are taken away from you. So better share the gifts with others.
That's beautiful. That's really, whatever we have in it, we should share those things.
Yeah.
And in case of gifts, like, natural gifts we born with. So maybe we have carried from our past life or
Yeah,
whatever it is.
absolutely.
So these are really, this is kind of helping for other. It can help other also. And the previous one, as you said, the first experience of soul, that was awesome.
Yeah.
So yeah, great changes, I can say, I must say. And all this happens only through meditation. Meditation means when you realize your power, or when, as you say, that it happens with everyone, that universe is continuously communicating with us. But if we are not aware, if we are,
Yeah.
in so many multiple things, we cannot hear them. But when we are with our own self, because the universe is not different, it's
Yeah.
ourself, we are the part of that brahmand, right?
Yeah.
So beautifully you have expressed, so thank you for. And this
Absolutely.
is like very important thing to everyone's life, to look within. Yeah.
Yeah.
Moving ahead, you shared about kids and something related to, you work with kids, right? So after starting your meditation journey, you're serving in a different way for kids. So what is that and how do you do that?
Awesome question. I hope my answer would help the people, whoever is looking for the answer. Let me explain my journey. When I was doing a meditation around 2013, I have a strong desire to write a book,
Mm-hmm.
to spend time with kids.
Mm-hmm.
But always, there is a limitation. I call that as a block with me. Am I capable enough? Do I have all the skills, to do that? If I want to write a book, maybe I need to prepare something before even start attempting the first letter on that book. All those are the limitations I draw. I actually surrender to those limitations. But this time, uh, during the 2022 summer holidays, my son having time,
Mm-hmm.
we did not had any trips.
Yeah,
Maybe
because
because
of
of the COVID.
pandemic.
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah,
pandemic, right? We were spending.
yeah.
So my kid had a chance to attend a meditation session in India.
Mm-hmm.
Generally, that session starts at 9:30
Mm-hmm.
in India time, which is 11 a.m. Central USA. So he did attended until first week of August, but his school started, first week of August. Then he started missed those sessions. So that was the first instance, Why aren't there any kids meditation in the US time zone? So that was a one of the anchoring point that came to me. So okay, why? Because nobody's doing it. Then can I do that? So that's the second question. So okay, again I got all these limitations. Am I good enough? Can I do that? What kind of qualification I have? Blah blah blah. And then my higher self telling, maybe you don't know anything, but you are doing a meditation. Yeah, let's start from there. Maybe you carve out 30 minutes every day. You start, preparing the content. Maybe you are the enabler for the people. So this is the another set, right? But this time I have the wisdom. So
Yeah.
I shut this mind, the lower mind. I given yes to my heart-based feeling. Okay, then I think August 28th is the day, if I remember correctly. It's a Monday, 2022. I started my kids' first session.
Mm-hmm.
No idea what I'm going to talk about, no clue, no content and all, but only the desire that I wanted to do it at least 41 days.
Mm-hmm.
That's the commitment I made to myself. Magic happens. Every day my time freed up. Again, I wanted to clarify one thing. Whoever is wanted to serve the universe, I want you to remember until those classes, every day is busy. That's 7:30 to 8 p.m. in the evening. I spend time with the family. But from that day onwards, my schedule was changed, maybe adjusted by the universe in a way. I
Mm-hmm.
started taking the classes every day without losing anything. Maybe I
Wow.
become more efficient. I
Yeah.
plan ahead, I take care of all the things. I will be ready. So my point here is, right, when we try to do that, somebody is helping you to remove those obstacles. That is the first time I experienced it with the kids meditation. So the journey started. Somebody sent me a flyer on the books. I was exactly looking for that. What is that right content I can do, looking into the Google, but I need to do lot of research, which one to promote, which one not to promote, right? Again, time is, a commodity, very essential than even money, right? I'm exactly in that position. I got those books, and then that's how my journey started. I think, and almost close to an year, and it's running so great.
That's really wonderful. So how did you made up content based on those books, or which kind of content you have made, and how are you helping kids, in which way? Because as you said, like 10 years back or whenever that idea came, that time it was a physical based idea or materialistic, like how to, help them in growing. But now this is quite contained and more focused on particular sets of their grooming or whatever you say, maybe spiritually.
Yeah.
So what is that, and why you have chosen, what made you to choose this set of plan?
Yeah. When I was a kid, right, the first thing, yeah, I don't know, in my school, uh, anybody, teach there's a meditation.
Mm-hmm.
So, but I did do the meditation. I see the benefits, and then also I see how to tell a story. Maybe because my job is actually telling stories. For example, hey, team, if we do this, we get 40 million savings. Let's do that. So we need to put it into a story. Then some reason when talking to the kids, my natural tendency is create a stories and then start conveying the message.
Yeah.
That is one way. But there is another thing I realized it. So many people, including myself, maybe 10 years back, everybody is making additions, but the rational, everybody thinks they are rational, but indeed, at least I'm not rational. I'm irrational. When my emotion is pumping, I make addition. When I really look back, why did they do that? So I realized it, right? There is a subconscious patterns are available. We need to really go into that level of deep. That's where I started working on a foundation. What are those foundation anchors, through which anybody can make a decision? For example, kids come and then ask, how do I live? These are the common questions. Or we have seen Bhagavad Gita, so many books. Is it possible to implement in the life? How do we tell the story of everything in three pieces? For example, kids comes to us, okay, what is the one thing, Anil, you wanted to talk to us? I only tell them the first thing is, right, you are here to learn. It doesn't matter what the activity you are engaged in. Give all in, to learn from it. And the second thing we tell, be in righteousness. It's such a simple sentence, but it helps the kids to enable them, right? And then many people ask, can you define the righteousness, right? We tell every action that we do, every word that we say, every thought, if those three are not impacting or hurting others. When I say others, I'm not talking about the humans, I'm talking at the soul level. It should be any animal as well. And then that's, second thing, make sure, we should not hurt anybody. And the third thing, always any decision you want to take, make sure you are in righteousness. It's not hurting anybody, it is helping other people. You don't need a permission, universe is with you to do that. So for me, to come up with this is a awesome formula for anybody. Even sometimes, right, I ask, okay, is it going to hurt anybody? No. Is it going to help beyond me? I should not drop. So that it becomes like such a easy way to anchor the decision. So this is another thing we started doing it with the kids. For me, when I started, right, I don't have all this, but as we started doing it, somebody is giving me that knowledge to me. I think it's not me, I guess, but I can't explain it who that is. But it's the intuition. All this information would be provided through the other people or through my intuition. I get it either in my dreams or in the early hours. I get the visions, and then all this is shaped. I think what is interesting here, maybe 3 weeks back, I got another intuition saying that, Anil, you're not doing up to your energies. You have more to do. Why not you do on the radio? I didn't know what that mean. So, but when I really look at it, I am in Dallas. We do have a local radio there.
Wow.
For Telugu people or for even for Indian community. So university is given me indication what I should do on regular basis. This is how somebody is actually directing me, what is your next step, way to go. So for me, all this shaped, to formulate those kid sessions, create the content.
Beautifully you have put everything in a right point, and how to connect those dots, as you said, stories. So kids, they really love story. That's why when we were kids, we used to ask our granny or grandpa, please tell us stories. So that's the beautiful thing through which we can teach them. And righteousness, because kids, they really don't know what is right or what is wrong, they just do it. So that when they even do meditation, they can pick it very rightly, that what is right, as you said, not hurting others. So being a kid, they can pick someone's pencil or pen, and then they think it's absolutely okay. But when mother just tell that kid that no, this is not right, you should not take, or whatever. So this small things really impacts a lot. And these are very important things, how we teach our kids. So yeah, you are really doing wonderful thing, and that is, I think, purpose of your life at this point of time, at this point of your life, because maybe time reveal a lot of things, and when we grow, we get a lot of things. We just connect with dots, as I said before also. And slowly, as Patrice started 40 years back teaching meditation, I don't know how he must have started, because when I look at into it at this moment, it's really not easy
Yeah.
to travel, to leave family for a certain period, because other kids are waiting for parent, for father, for mother, and he just did it. So Anil sir, could you please share a few stories, like how you created them?
Yeah, absolutely. I think let me start with a couple of my favorite stories. One of them I shamelessly copied from my colleague. I wanted to give my gratitude to him for bringing this story to me, but the other one is we created it. Let me start with the second one first.
Mhm.
So this is a story where a kid is struggling to learn the math.
Mhm.
And one day the kid had had a bad day with the math exam, and then kid was having a conversation with him. Why am I so bad at the math? And then he's asking the universe. To his surprise, universe is sending a communication back to him. So this is how the story. The kid is asking a question: why am I bad? Why are you doing this for me? Kid is asking the universe. Universe is responding back: hey, I'm here to help you, but I told you this is too much for you before you take a birth, but you said you want to learn, you want to become mathematician with the PhD. So I said it's difficult, but you said no, that's my will. You asked me to support. I said okay. So that's you choose that. I did not given you. You choose that with your will. I'm here to support you. So that's the first time the kid understand that, oh, okay, whatever happens to everyone, it's their choice. Until that time, kid started thinking, no, it's somebody is actually given to him which he didn't like it. So that's the first thing the kid realized, it I'm responsible for everything that happens to him. But the kid has a question. Okay, I understand now. I'm having a difficulty. What should I do? This is the question he asked to the universe. Universe came back again. Hey, you have a free will. You can choose whatever the choice is. You can drop out from the college or school, or you can work hard, or maybe you can work hard, you take help from other people. Nobody is going to judge. You can take however long you want to become expert in mathematics, and you don't have to worry. But one thing is sure, you have to learn. But whether you have to learn in the current life or maybe in the 10 lives, maybe 100 lives, you have a choice. But learning has to happen, so you can choose whatever you want. Then the kid really understand, oh, okay, that means I have to learn, but I have a choice whether in the current life or the next life. Then kid asked the awesome question. In the universe, what if you are in my situation? What would you do? Then universe said, you know what, if you are in your situation, I always take a empoweredation. The kid was little confused. What do you mean by empoweredation? Then universe said, empoweredation is something, it doesn't matter what the situation is, whatever the decision you are taking, that's going to empower you and the people around you. So if you are taking a decision right now, you try to check, is that empowering you? For example, if you drop from the college, from the school, is that going to empower you? Are you going to learn? If answer is no, so those are not empowered decisions. But if you work hard, get help needed, then that's the empowered decision. And then universe also said, I did take a human form in the past. I did come across all these things, whatever you are facing. I always did empoweredation, but you need to trust and then do that. If you trust, there are the other people come your way to help you and then navigate you. So that's the conversation ended. So our way of telling the story is, right, to the kids, I'm responsible for everything that happens to me. Do not complain, do not comment on the things. So everyone owns their reality. That's the number one. Number two, it doesn't matter what the situation is, we need to take an empowered decision. It doesn't matter how bad the day was, or whatever the situation. So that's number two. And then that's how the anchoring of that. Our belief is that the kids would remember the stories, the kids would remember the action and the conversation consciously, unconsciously, these things has to propel when the time comes for the kid to take a decision.
Very true.
This is one simple story. But
Yeah.
there is another story. My friend Krishna Master, again, gratitude to him. Again, this is a story I copied from him. I shamelessly taken from him because I love it. This is my best story. It doesn't matter what the kids' meditation sessions we do. I tell this story to them. We all know the turtle and rabbit.
Yeah.
Yeah, turtle and rabbit having a race,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
rabbit lost, turtle won. Slow and steady win the race is at least what I learned when I was a kid. But this story, we really add meditation to it. And then the first part is right. Race happened. Rabbit lost the race. Turtle won the race. Then what happens is rabbit went home. Rabbit mom saw rabbit was little low, and then rabbit mom asked the rabbit, "Why did you, why were you upset? Kind of little low." And the rabbit said, "Yeah, I thought I'm the fast runner, but I lost the race."
Oh.
The rabbit mom said, "You know what? I'm going to teach you the meditation, which helps you to discover your limitations, and overcome it, or maybe blocks. Whatever those are, we can call it blocks or limitations." So the baby rabbit entered into the meditation. After few days of meditation, rabbit got the intuition saying that, "Hey rabbit, you have a negligence, you need to overcome that." So rabbit did few more days of meditation, and then finally rabbit overcome that, and then second race started. This time rabbit was crystal clear on the goal, and then rabbit won the race. Then the turtle came back to the rabbit, and then turtle has a choice here. This is very important thing. In everyone's life, one person is much better than them, one person is lower than that, at least one person. The turtle thought, you know what, rabbit did an awesome thing. I wanted to go and then ask, what happened since the race won? Something changed. Turtle asked the question, rabbit introduced the meditation to turtle, turtle entered into the meditation. Then after some time, turtle got the vision saying that, "Hey, turtle, your strengths are not running on the land and water." So turtle realized it. Oh, okay, I have my own strengths. The race number 3 started. This time both land and water is in between the starting and ending point. Obviously, rabbit not able to swim, jump, and then turtle won the race. Then turtle realized it. Oh, everyone has a strengths. We need to work, towards them, right? Um, we need to leverage our strengths.
True.
And then also rabbit realized it. Oh, okay, I thought I'm the runner. Oh, this time, yes, I'm the fastest on the ground, but I'm not on the water. So everyone realizes their strengths and weaknesses. Again, our point of this story is, right, everyone is unique, everyone has a talents. It doesn't matter who that person is. We need to identify our strengths, our talents, and then we need to leverage those. And then at the end, both the turtle and rabbit come together, they form a team, and then they leverage both of the talents. Again, the story is right. We find a limitation with each of these characters, but we helping them to identify their strengths and lean on to those other people to move forward on those limitations.
Yeah. Very creative idea, I must say, because see, not comparing, we just listen, or we just watching the movie and we forget it. Even parents also do the same thing, comparing in two kids. That is not right. So empowering their own strength, that is what
Yeah.
very important. With rose is rose, lily is lily. We cannot just compare them. So this is really very interesting story, and which may help in a very easy way.
Yeah.
Yeah. Though you might have watched that Tare Zameen Par, that is one of the famous movie.
Yeah.
Yeah. People have really good knowledge, but converting them into right wisdom when we, implement through our kids, with our kids. I mean, helping each other in learning. That is very important. So next, I want to know about your own kids. You have two kids, right?
Yes.
So how's your journey so far? How did you help them in growing
Yeah,
up?
the good part, when I started doing the meditation, the kids are started doing the meditation as well.
Wonderful.
So
Yeah.
daily, they both of them does the meditation,
Right.
and even they connect to the other realms using the dreams as well.
Oh.
So which really helps. One time my son had a question. I always tell the kids, right? Hey, you are such a small kid of 6 years or maybe 10 years. Because on day one, when we do the 15 minutes of meditation, that is our time frame, and they're able to do that. I always tell you are not, new to the meditation, but in this life, today is your first session, but you are already done meditation. That's the reason you're able to sit 15 minutes. But my son did not believe it. Is that true? He did ask the question, for which he got the vision in which he saw his past life where he's learning the meditation and doing it.
Wow.
So the story here is, right, one, we are telling it, and then we always convey that, hey, don't believe me what I say, experiment it. And this kid is actually, go and then experiment and come back and then tell, yes, indeed, that's true. So again, all these kids has awesome technology is available. I wish, I don't want to go back. At least I can, knock on the wood. I do not have this access to the technology. Maybe I'm not ready, whatever the reason is. But I always tell to my kids, yeah, you have everything, whatever you want, the universe is given to you, and then meditation, masters, all the technology. PSSM is actually tenfold. 40 years back, right? One
Yeah.
single person. Now
Yeah.
it's I don't know what we call it. Maybe 1 million, 10 million. I do not know how many followers. Wherever we go, we can find a PMC master there,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
then these kids becoming next generation masters as
Yeah.
well.
Yeah. That's true. That's true. Or how will you teach to new people who comes into meditation?
This is very interesting thing. We do conduct meditation for adults, so specifically focus on intro meditation.
Mm-hmm.
I did it, and then these are the things where we tell. It doesn't matter whether any of the adult, if they enter into the meditation right now, it's the best. If not, the meditation or mindfulness or yoga, this is how many? 8 billion people on the planet Earth. Maybe it's a 20 billion industry. If anybody is not introduced to the meditation now, in the coming days, they enter into the workforce, maybe their profession, they swipe their card, they pay the money to learn the same thing. Everyone need it. For me, a simple way, we take shower at least once, maybe twice a day. And what about the mind? You need the same thing, 10 minutes, 15 minutes of meditation. So if you don't cleanse those thoughts, and then the best way is, right, yeah, don't take a shower for 2 days and then feel it. The same thing applies to the mind.
True.
It's such a simple thing. I think the good part is, I ask any new members, don't believe what I say, allocate maybe 21 days, 15 minutes, and experiment it.
Yeah.
Get go, you get the peace of mind, free from the stress, more focus, more concentration, maybe less anger, whatever those soul plans are. I do not know, each one is different, but I can guarantee that, at least from my experience, I have seen uh, you know many magics happened. Nobody tell I did not work out. Many people tell, I'm not able to do 21 days. Okay, I understand. But you do that 21 days, I can guarantee you see a change. The change could be a minuscule, but important thing is, there is a change. If you do that,
Yeah.
that fast
Yeah.
forwarded.
Yeah.
So that's the first thing, right? And the second thing I always ask the question is, right, try to even uh, ask these three questions. Who are you? Where did you come from? Where did you go? What is the purpose? You don't have to be a meditator to know this, right? Be a little curious and then start exploring these questions. That would open up a channel, to start thinking what is out there beyond this physical realm. I think everybody talk about, right? This is an example. Hey, I'm about to call my son, but he did call me. You don't have to be a meditator. There is something, a magic is happening in front of you. You call it as a telepathy, you call it as a coincidence. For me, there is no coincidences.
That's
How
true.
can it possible? There are 8 billion people are there. Why only, your son is going to call at the time you wanted to call? It's not a coincidence. There is a pitch perfect. Somebody is communicating to you.
That's true.
Did you realize it? That's a magic to me. So if you really understand, what is that behind? So then obviously they do the meditation. And the third thing I always tell, people complain about it. Hey, because of this happened. Because of that, this happened and all. But for me, it's a simple thing. If I'm here because I made few decisions, few thoughts in the past, it's the consequences of that. So if I make all those thoughts, decisions are empowering. When I say empowering, what I meant is it's basically from the heart based emotions.
True. Yeah.
Love, compassion, empathy, gratitude, surrender, whatnot. These are all high frequency ones. The low frequency ones, complaint, anger, frustration, depression, disappointment, so on and so forth. Anything that we do fall under this category, it's going to be reflecting in the world. Whatever goes from me, it would come back. I'm talking about here a little bit on energy realm.
Yeah.
Everything, energy can be transformed.
Right.
Other day we were talking to the people, right? A cloud is, actually cloud burst happened maybe 1 p.m. Looking at the cloud, it's dark. At 2:30, everything is clean. The kid is asking, where did the clouds go? No, the energy of the cloud got transformed into a rain and then it got cleared. Again, my point is it's the energy transformation. It's happening, every moment around us. But one thing is we did not realize it. There is a frequency, everything, whatever I say it.
Yeah.
If that frequency is low, whatever is emitted from me, it would come back to me.
Yeah.
Whether it would come back in the current life, in the next life, that's a different story. But 100% it's going to come back.
That's
so
true.
even having those little of wisdom nuggets, that helps the people naturally inclined to the meditation. Again, all this is conceptual, but in order for the people to experience it, they have to spend the time. There is no other way. You invest the time. Even if I'm working today and getting paid, I have gone through 21 years of education.
That's
I have
true.
learned something. In the same way, it's the meditation too. You have to spend the time to see the rewards of it.
Yeah. And there is no shortcut. If we have to do, we have to do, because one of the person asked Patriji, said, I don't have interest in reading. How do I increase it? Sir simply said, you have to read. There is no another option.
Yeah, true.
So yeah, you touched very important thing. And here I want to know. I want to understand more. When we have low kind of energies, because energy is energy. If we stay with it, it's only going to harm us. So, feeling the emotion is absolutely fine, but it's our choice to be with that emotion or to come out of that. So, how do we work on it? How should we work on it when we are going through some negative emotions? Or because we are human and it happens. Even we are meditated, still happens, but we know the way how to come out. So, could you please throw some light that how should we work on it?
Yeah, this is one of the common question we see from the physical world many times when we do the counselings and the consultation. This is one of the thing. The first thing, right? People go after what they don't have.
True.
People go after what they don't have. If we switch it, if Anil is focusing on what I have, it's an amazing feeling. It is a gratitude. It's a heart-based feeling. So the shift, when we come to the gratitude, there are the two things happen. I'm in the current moment. When I'm in gratitude, when I feel what I have right now, I'm in the current moment. I'm actually generating the higher frequency of the gratitude. And then I can ask what I want. But if the people focusing on other things, what I don't have, you are at the disappointment, frustration and all. You are actually operating on the negative thing. So that's the foundational thing. Be in the moment. The best way I can explain, if we able to talk to the tree.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, some people can talk to the tree, actually exchange it, right? If we go and then ask the tree, what is the time? Tree might say now. After 10 minutes, go and then ask the same question. The tree says now. For the tree, there is no past, no future. It's right now, right now. But humans, it's great. We have that, past and future, but we are not using it to our best enablement. And then if we don't have that awareness, we are living at the mind, which is not the reality. Outside is sunshine happening, but inside is a small thought that keeps that person living in the mind, focusing on the past. We need to come out of that. Always anchor in the current moment. The moment we are anchoring in the current moment, what is going to happen? A action is naturally comes out of it. Acceptance is done. Hey, this thing is happened in the past. It doesn't matter. It's the prime minister. It's the anybody. They can't change it. What happened in the last second? Everything is ticking, right? So even that simple understanding gives us, what happened is happened. This is my current situation, current reality. What can I do to make it better? It's a simple thing. I have seen people elevated by simply implementing it. I have seen people not able to implement it as well. So obviously, it's not that everybody can listen, can able to do that, but at least if they have an intention, there is a elevated energy helps them to actually implement it in in their life. So I think that is my first advice to them. Anchor in the current, express gratitude what you have, ask for what you want, keep your emotions at the heart basic level all the time. That way you don't attract, or those people don't
Right.
attract to lower frequencies.
Yeah.
One thing I wanted to add, we commonly get these questions. I lost the money. We put it in the market, stock market, or real estate, and then what should I do? When they come, they are operating at very low frequency. We ask them, yeah, add 1,000K. Do you have $1,000? Yes, go and then do whatever your best vocation. Our reason is we don't want them to actually hanging, operating at the low frequency. Do whatever your favorite thing. You wanted to do, you wanted to play tennis, go and then take 1 day vacation, go and then enjoy, have fun. Our goal is to bring back at the higher emotions level, heart-based emotion. That way they don't attach to the lower frequencies. To your point, we are elevating them to the top, and then that way they can come out of it quickly.
That is the best thing ever, if we come out of that zone, we just divert our focus, our energy entirely, and then when we come back, we can, start with happiness again. Because what we have been practicing, if we practice or if we do the same thing, we will get the same result again and again. So we need to just direct ourselves for that is the best part. Coming to know your wisdom at last, how do you direct people, or what you would love to convey to our audience who are watching this video?
Awesome question. I wanted to answer this at the multi-dimensional level. If the people are more connected to the meditation, doing daily, there is one way to reach, and then there is another way. But let me start with it. There are the three things that I realized in my life. One, conceptually, who am I? Who am I really, right? Am I Anil? Am I mind, body, or the soul? And what is actually animating me? What happens, right? One, understanding it conceptually, then experiencing it. This is very important. Your experience, you are a soul, is actually changes your lens, how we look into everything in the life. The third thing, when the time comes, having this experience, you use that experience to actually peacefully, happily cross that moment. Without this, there is no way. It's going to be scary without having this. My wish is, right, whoever is listening, just pay attention to this. Conceptual knowledge, experience it. In order to experience you are a soul, you have to do the meditation. There is no magic here. You have to do the meditation, you have to get the experience, or at least you listen to the experience of others and anchor your life. When that day comes, it will be a beautiful day, because you know who you are. So that's the one way to look at the entire, from the time a birth to body vocate. But on the physical anchoring, it doesn't matter what the situation. Do not waste your energies pointing the fingers with others. There is, yeah, I wanted to add a story here. because I love the stories. My audience love the stories too. There is a one king who actually wanted to celebrate an event, and then he invited everybody from his kingdom. Awesome meals are preparing, but a bird is flying and then it's attacking a snake in his legs, and then snake is trying to escape from it, and then venom of the snake fell on that. People got upset after eating the food, and then everyone, time has come, everyone went to wherever the realms they come. When they are going through the accounting, who got what, there is a doubt came, who is responsible for this. And there is a neighboring king. After listening this, he started laughing all this event. So what they said is, right, all these people has a good intent, so all this is going to that guy, the other king. So my point here is, right, do not comment. Everyone has a plan. If you are walking on a road, there is other person is asking for money or food. If you have money, give it. If you don't have money, don't give a class to him. That person has his own plan. So you just, do not complain. You do, what is needed, and then move on. That's the number one. You are responsible for everything happens to everybody. And the second thing, make an empowering decision. Life is not easy. It has obstacles. Obstacles is an opportunity to both spiritually and then also physically advance. If you take empowering decision, there are 10 more hands. These hands not visible to you, they will come and then help you. If you take disempowering decision, you have to go through the same cycle until you take empowering decision. It's such a simple thing. And if anybody realizes they are the soul, at the soul standpoint, there is no difficulty at the physical level, because all the learnings is going to be the eternal at the soul standpoint.
True.
At the
Yeah.
physical level, yes, there are the pain. So that's the another anchoring. I want people start looking the things in the right lens. And then the third thing, everyone has a gift. It doesn't matter who the person is. Share your gifts with other people. When you share, other gifts are opened up. I'm sure, most of you, at least in your family, somebody is playing a game as well. If you started, moving on ahead, the new things are added to your path, and then you open up. It's the same in the life too. You start sharing. Many people say, I don't have enough. That's okay. If you have $1, share 1 cent. 100 rupees, share 1 rupee with heartfully. Don't do that, with obligation. So that's the number 3. Number 4, operate on the heart-based emotions: love, compassion, empathy, surrender, gratitude, and
Ultimate. Yeah.
service.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's it. If anybody do, again, I highly recommend everybody do the meditation. But whatever the reason you are not introduced to the meditation, operate on this and then start doing the meditation. If you have any questions, right, wherever you are, PMC Master is maybe within 5-mile radius. You reach out to them. These are the people selflessly giving the time and helping other people, introduced to the meditation. So just reach out to them. So many resources are available. We are in the current time. It's not about the complaint. So many resources are available. Ask for it. Universe help you to introduce PMC Master to you. So my wish is that, right, whoever is listening, at least you get few cents, few pointers to anchor your life on. And yeah, I want you to experiment it and then share your experiences to the others and then spread the word PMC.
Thank you, thank you, thank you so much for this ultimate message of including everything. So, in very short period, you just said whatever Patri sir said, to share your experience, by which people can get benefited, and share whatever you have, because it multiplies always. So it may be not only money, but when we know how to do meditation, we can teach how to do meditation. So it may help some other person. And the work you're doing for kids, it's really ultimate, sir. Please keep doing. And yes, we are PMC, we are here. We want to, take meditation and vegetarianism to the entire world, to each and every corner of the world. And that is our vision. Thank you, thank you, thank you for sharing. Thank you for coming. Thank you so much, Anil sir.
Yeah, thank you for the opportunity again. Congratulations, PMC. Everything, each one of you, all the things that you do make a difference. Whether you realize it or not, it's changing the lives of the people around the world. Keep it going. Thank you, thank you, thank you.
Thank you, friends, for watching this episode. And I must recommend, please do meditation. Keep spreading meditation with your friends, kids, and adults. And if you like this video, please like, share, subscribe. Thank you so much.